Hello everybody and welcome to one more video on big units. This time I'll show you the Panzer Grey period of the German army. So from September 1939 up to February 1943. So this is something that I've made, of course, as almost virtually everything that I've been showing you along many years. And it goes from those very old Neuer that were used in the Blitzkrieg times up to the first Tigers, still in Panzer Grey. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So let's start again by the Neuer. You have here the initial version with the rounded turret. These are mini general models like these two here. This is the square turret. It was more or less the production version, even if only a handful of them were made. I mean, as you'll see all along the collection, of course, the commanders are many times made of torsos with individual with homemade arms and things like that for them to become somehow unique, with made of green stuff and things like that. So you have here the Neuer. Now let's go to the by chronological order and at the same time by numbers, by numeric order. Let's see the Panzer ones. You see here the command versions. These are S models with the figures poking from the hull, as you can see. Let's see if we can see it better. Okay, I think it's better like this. So these S models are great, are very beautiful, and very detailed, and very easy to build models. There are 4 of them. Then you have more Panzer ones. I mean, probably from Mini General and Minirons also. And they are also funny little models. Now for the Panzer II, you have here first to fight, the initial versions, and then middle versions with I think Mini General probably. My idea regarding numbers is to get something like this that I'll show you. So I have here a paper which shows me, for instance, that shows me the maximum number of tanks within the division that had exactly the maximum number of them. So, for instance, it was the 3rd Panzer Division that had the maximum number of Panzer ones, which gives 23 in terms of rapid fire. There are many more. You should multiply this by 5, as you know. So, for instance, also the 3rd had 26. We have to have 26 Panzer IIs in order to make the full complement of Panzer IIs in the division, and so forth. You see. So, for instance, the 7th Panzer Division, Rommel's division, should have 18 Panzer 38Ts. So it gives a total of 111 models. With a few more command versions, you have a total of 126. And as you can see, I'm still a bit far from my objective. But even so, it's of course, we have here at least some good numbers to play most of the games and also of the order of battles that you have in the rapid fire books. Also a big help, of course, besides the red books and blue book, old ones. You have here the magnificent PDFs that you can order from rapid fire site. So going back to models, you have here a small pool of Panzer IIIs, BPM I think, and Mini General here, and first to fight the early versions. Some of them, as you can see, have colors for Poland, markings for Poland, like for instance this one here. Others have for France. I mix them. This is a Panzer III from PSC with a turret slightly pulled to the front, as the command version usually had. In fact, the turret was not moving. First of all, sorry for these things, for the swastikas, but I mean, they're just a detail for historical authenticity. Another thing is, of course, the brown camouflage. As you can see here, for the beginning, you have plenty of brown camouflage, and then to the end, of course, no more brown camouflage, because the brown camouflage was only applied up to July in 1940. So at the end of the French campaign, it stopped being used. Now let's go to this one, still with, for instance, this part here is very good for the, not Neubaufahrzeuge, but this one here at least is good for the 1st Panzer Division. Also a Buffla for the 1st Panzer Division. You can see here a marriage. I don't know if happy or not. Probably it is. Of the Airfix model of the Anomag with it's a scratch built thing with the 88mm gun, with figures coming a little bit from everywhere. Frankly, some of them I don't even know how I made them. These ones I think it's Matchbox, probably, with added 88mm rounds and green stuff arms. You have here the 253 that I think it's 253, if I'm not mistaken. It's an Altair model for the carrier of ammunition for the Buffla. Then a small pool of 8 Panzer IVs, initial versions, as you can see. No Rommel Pistons still, and in fact 8 is what you need, because you don't need more than this for the early Panzer divisions, because they only existed in one company, and many times that company was wasn't in fact completely filled with Panzer IVs. Generally there were Panzer III or IIs going along them, so 2 per company, a total of 4 battalions with them, so 8 is enough. And now for the 251s, you see here command versions, FTF and probably ESHI. You can see here the Schützen inside some of them. You need, of course, to take the gun shield and place. I placed some sandbags. Sometimes they were used like that, other times without the sandbag. But sometimes, as the machine gun then needs a special apparatus to fix it to the Auftrag itself. I use this trick of the sandbags, which makes them, well, which makes the gun, especially the MG34, sturdier. Now for another. This is the original thing. In fact, this is virtually the same. You see the thing here, complete scratch build, and this is the original thing. And in fact, you have, and I think this is also Airfix. Let me check one thing. No, it isn't. Sorry, this is Asegawa. The gun itself and the Anomag toe. Now for some reconnaissance, there's a Tatra. Not in fact reconnaissance, is for a more staff car. You see here the 263 by, I presume, First to Fight. Then some BMPs 222 and 221s. The KFZ 13 for the infantry, mostly, and some old 263. These ones, of course, the venerable Matchbox. And there is one somewhere. I think this one here. That is a diecast. And then crewmen coming from a little bit from everywhere. Now let's go to, for instance, to the infantry. You can see here some infantry. There's a battalion here. You see here the command of the regiment. There are 3 battalions like this. It's a stand for the regimental commander. This is Zvezda, but most of them are soft plastic, much older. Many conversions for instance, for the 50mm mortar, for the anti-tank rifle, also converted ESHI figures, more conversions for these machine guns. For instance, the radio guys became the also an operator for the MG34, also a scratch built bipod for the mortar, because it doesn't have one, which is something very strange, as everybody knows. The ones who are about my age, around 50s, so they know that these guys are a little bit incomplete. There are also the lovely Atlantic Airfix copies, Eshi, and a few other brands, Matchbox, and eventually some Revel inside. So, for instance, here maybe, oh, yeah. Look, there's a Revel guy over there. Well, and the other battalions over there. It's more or less about the same. Not a big deal. So now for some Stug, an early Stug that in fact didn't see the light of the day. Not light of the day. He didn't see the light of fire. In fact, of combat, because this is an initial version. Even so, when First to Fight came with this one, I mean, I bought it, so this one will stand for the Stugs that were used in Poland, especially in France. Okay. Some zoomed up and some BMWs here. Zvezda here, and those lovely Chinese resin. I don't know the brand. I think they are somehow made in original masters are in Belgium, and then I think there is an agreement or something like that. I hope it's an agreement, and they are made in China. And they are very lovely. You can see here, for instance. Whoops! Let's try to see if it focuses. Look, they're really very lovely pieces, and there are at least two or three different ones. I don't remember. I think they come in a pack of 3 each, and there are at least, there are 3 different variants, and this is the third one you can see here. Whoops. Okay, very lovely figures. These Zvezda ones, everybody, they are more common. Here they are. And there's also a very old Atlantic model over there, slightly bigger than the others. It doesn't go well. It doesn't go as well. But okay. Some SPs, the 47mm Czech gun, and also the Bisons with 150mm gun on top of Panzer I. Now the Panzer 35, sorry, Ts. These are for the 6th Panzer, of course. They are first to fight here. Most of them are first to fight. There are some very old Eshi also, and some whether BMP or Mini General, I really can't tell you. Let's enter the grounds of towed guns. So you see here BMP STKFC 10 pulling a Zvezda IG 75mm infantry gun. These are my friends Mario Laranje's lovely 3D prints of the Kruprotza pulling the 37mm guns, with also plenty of conversions for the crew. This one is in fact not a this one Kruprotza. Also Kruprotza over there pulling the 37, and this one is pulling a 20mm flak by Zvezda. And the 37mm door knockers are coming a little bit from everywhere. I really can't tell you from where. Another STKFC 10 with another infantry gun, and for this group, another of my friends, Mario Laranja, STKFC 10s pulling a 150mm infantry gun with valiant crew. Okay. Now for some infantry transport, you see some Mercedes cars, then another Kruprotza. This Kruprotza is one of the most useful vehicles for you to have for the Barbarossa period. Almost all divisions had them. Of course, First Panzer had the Anomags, the Alftrax. Most of the divisions had these ones here, and the 7th famously had this Orsch cars. I placed plenty of infantry inside, converted plenty of figures for them to be seated. Alan McCurby called me to attention. He was right that probably only the commander of the company had crosses, so all others had their crosses, as you can see here, erased. When I showed them in my blog, all of them had crosses, but in fact it was the same vehicle that was being photographed over and over again. and I thought they all had crosses, but in fact they don't. So here they are with this way of mine of making figures. I mean, I use torsos many times, then I sit them with some green stuff legs. You see, it's not a complicated thing, and it makes them all different. Sometimes I even glue the boots to the end of the green stuff trousers. Also, plenty of green stuff arms, especially for the driver, and in other positions for this one, leaning with this left arm on the side of the car is also the same. All of them got different figures, which is very interesting. I like these kind of things in my modeling. So this is now we come to one of the big men of the French invasion, Rommel itself, on top of his command 8-wheeled vehicle with a few extra details because of the antenna. And this one is, I think, is first to fight. Almost sure of that. There's also a lonely Opel Blitz here. Many more to be produced still. This was a gift from my friend Mario Laranja. Not many Opel Blitz though in the Blitzkrieg period. Even in France there weren't many. Now the 35Ts, the Skoda's 35Ts, some of my oldest vehicles here on the table. Plenty of them from Fujimi, I think. There are also a few First to Fight also, and some Mini General also. Yeah, at the moment most of them are First to Fight. Now some artillery. You see here the 105 millimeter guns pulled by Mario Laranja's 3D prints in resin, which is a very, very lovely vehicle, filled with detail and charisma. And these guns, I think, are Rebel, probably. Yeah, I think so. Now you enter, I mean, after finishing, as you can see, for instance, I start to place more or less in the middle of the table plenty of vehicles without camouflage, with the brown camouflage. So they are somehow also, they can also be used in Russia. In fact, I'll use even some of the Panzer IIIs with 37 millimeter guns. These ones will also go to Russia because, I mean, I will try to forget that they have brown camouflage. Even so, I think that lots of mud was applied, so maybe in Russia even that brown is not that bad, because in fact the Russians tried to conceal during the invasion, because when they crossed Belarusia and Ukraine, they've crossed, of course, in June and July, plenty of wheat, so a very yellowish environment, and these, I mean, almost black beasts were of course showing out, of course. So they decided in 43 to place a much softer tones, and even in the end of the dark gray period, they started to put mud and place additional colors, things like that, in order to try to conceal a little bit these dark tones. So you have here plenty of Panzer IIIs. First of all, some G is here. They are almost all of them are my friends Mario Laranja's resins, 3D resins. They go up to here, so 3, 9, 12, 14 of them. And then you have the longer 15 millimeter, also from Mario Laranja. Once again, sorry for the swastikas. Then there is 14 or 15 Gs. Sorry, there's a lost one here. There is also a Renault ADH captured one, and this is a model in resin from I can't remember. I'm sorry for the owner of the thing, but I really don't remember the brand. No. There are some Volkswagens here. You need to use the ones with smaller windshields, of course. I mean, they showed up on some of them on a page on Rapid Fire, one of the Rapid Fire PDFs. So I made 2 of them, and these are simply die cast spot in a toy shop. there is some Matchbox Panzer IIs here with the Rommel Kisten already, so late versions of the Panzer IIs, and then there are some die-cast um, Panzer IV Ds already also with stowage box on the back. Some long gunned Panzer IV. These are probably Panzer IV Gs. Yeah, Gs. Let me check one thing. Yeah, G or H eventually. No, this is a G version, I think, because it has the. I really can't tell if it is if they have two version. I mean, I don't know. Well, something like that. And there is also a bridge layer Anamach here by Eschi. And there is a Sturer Emil here by Altaya, also with some plastic crew, and of course the famous Tiger of Nispel, one of the first Panzer Grey Tigers used in the Leningrad area. And this is it. This is the review, a quick review of my Panzer Grey, German Panzer Grey period. I hope you have enjoyed, and see you soon. Probably with I don't know, maybe the Iraqi third Saladin Armor Division or the Ukrainian Army. I still don't know. Or something else. I don't know. Let's see what it comes to the table. Okay. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Bye bye.